The week 1 slate of college football was not only entertaining and fun, but it had some of the best week 1 moments I have ever witnessed, and some goofy ones too. I went 2-3 with my game picks from last week. I only guessed Georgia and the Penn State game correctly, given it was only week 1 and the information we've received from these teams were off-season bias, so I don't think I did too terrible. But let's throw week 1 out of the window because quickly approaching is week 2 of the 2024 college football season. And if you like my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Truly means a lot to me. But anyways, you guys are not here for this. Let's get back to why you guys clicked on this video in the first place. Up first, let's talk about College Game Day's pick of the week, where the guys will be traveling to Ann Arbor to watch Michigan and the Texas Longhorns. Now, from a college football fan perspective and an Arkansas fan perspective, I don't like either of these teams. If I'm being honest, both fan bases are annoying and pretty whiny. But with that being said, watching how the week 1 games went down, I think it's pretty obvious who should win here. Michigan struggled against Fresno State, a team they should put away early in the game, but that's not what occurred at all last Saturday. Fresno State hung around for most of the game and only lost by 20 to a Michigan team who should have won by much more. You look how Texas did against Colorado State and how they clearly took care of business like how they were supposed to. They were expected to win by 50 points, and that's exactly what happened. Now, with that being said, I feel too many things are leaning in the right way for Texas. It's almost like something has to go wrong. Why? Because it's Texas. You all know the "we're back" meme by Sam Ehlinger. They were in fact not back. I'm going with the shocker here, and I'm letting y'all know now, Michigan will be winning Saturday. My brain is telling me Texas should win by multiple possessions. It shouldn't even be close, but my heart is saying Michigan will pull off the upset here. Nobody's going to see it coming, not even Michigan fans. 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have one of the most underrated games of the week, SEC versus Big 12. My Hogs going to Stillwater, Oklahoma to face off in a neighboring state battle against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Before we get further into the depths of this matchup, I would like to say this game between these two schools should be played much more often than it has been. The travel distance is little under 3 hours between the campuses. Definitely should be played way more often. But anyways, both teams went up against lower level opponents. Arkansas did their part in defeating Arkansas Pine Bluff 70-0, with the third and fourth quarter shortened to 10 minutes each. The Hog offense went for 10 drives and scored a total of 10 touchdowns. The defense pitched a shutout. Talk about a perfect game for the Razorbacks. Now, you'll have folks complain that say, oh well, you know, they played a nobody team, who cares? Well, I don't care who you play, putting up those type of video game numbers anytime, that's impressive on the football field. Now, Oklahoma State, on the other hand, didn't win as convincingly, but there's a reason why. They played against an FCS powerhouse, South Dakota State. They won the FCS last year, and they are a team who could potentially knock off a few Power 4 schools if they had the chance. So from my perspective, Oklahoma State played a solid game against a solid opponent. So not too much to take away from both of these games, but I'm going to lean into my bias and say the Hogs pull off an upset in Boone-Pickens Stadium. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, don't take it too personal. Like I said, this is more of a biased take. We still don't know too much about these teams, and I feel like it's more than possible Arkansas ends up winning this game. I don't think this makes the Cowboys frauds. I just think Arkansas could be a very scary team this year. This may be all bias talk, but I'm going to keep talking like this until Arkansas proves me wrong. I got Hogs by 90. Next up, we got Tennessee traveling to NC State in what should be an interesting non-conference game for both schools. But after seeing what took place in week 1, I have suspicion that NC State will be clobbered this weekend. I fully believe Tennessee wins in a huge margin. And before you guys call me SEC bias, just look at the week 1 games. It's not comparable at all. People are saying the QB at Tennessee, Nico, plays like a Heisman contender. And no, I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. Honestly, they could be right, but I believe they're glazing the dude a little too hard right now. Maybe later in the season, yeah, but all he did was throw against Chattanooga. And I'm not taking anything away from the kid, but everyone is acting like he's the next Joe Burrow after one game. Also, take a look at NC State's first game. Yeah, I honestly don't have this game being competitive at all. If you are a betting man, take Tennessee covering the spread for this one. Not much else to say about this game, except for Tennessee could be a dangerous team this year. Next up, we've got an in-state rivalry between Iowa State and Iowa. If you don't know too much about these two, it's a fun rivalry with a lot of great games in the past. Despite Iowa winning most of the matchup recently, it's always been close, and it's always competitive game between these two schools, and it should be another fun one Saturday afternoon. Now, I really like the direction both of the programs are heading, especially Iowa. They seem like a team who has finally found a way to score this year. I honestly believe Iowa could be a pretty decent team with a solid defense like always, and an offense that can actually score. Yeah, they're going to be good. But I expect a very close and competitive game. I believe Iowa State is pretty good too, but I don't see why Iowa shouldn't win on Saturday. Hawkeyes by 3. Late, and I mean late game Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern time. We've got an upset watch of the week. We have Boise State traveling to number 7 Oregon. I know Boise State struggled with Georgia Southern, but they are one of the favorites to claim that 12th spot in the playoffs this year. This might as well be the statement to do it, but I think Oregon's just too good this year. A lot of analysts have them winning the Big Ten over Ohio State, which I think is completely wrong, but that's besides the point. I know Oregon had trouble with Idaho State, but the stat line had a different story. Dylan Gabriel had a great game, but it was still a struggle win against a lower tier team. So yes, this is cause for concern, but it was everyone's first game last week. I think they bounce back and get a win against Boise. Now, the honorable mention of the week is Colorado traveling to Nebraska in the night slot at 7:30 Eastern time. I believe this game could be very entertaining. This game will have tons of eyes on the game. Each program needs this game pretty badly. Nebraska obviously trying to get back to who they once were long ago. This could be the first step in the right direction against a prime team that recruits seem to love. It's still a win here, and you've got recruits looking your way. Now for Colorado, this could be a huge win just to prove a lot of people wrong and to get that bad taste out of your mouth from a 4-8 season last year. Beating Nebraska on the road could really kickstart this season in the right direction. Should be a fun one, but I have Nebraska coming out and destroying all the prime hype. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It lets me know to keep creating content like this. It truly would help a lot, more than you guys could ever understand. Also, leave your opinions down in the comments. How many picks did I get wrong and how many did I get right? And I also have a Twitter. Go follow for more college football content. My DMs are also open. And that's enough yapping. Like always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and enjoy your weekend of college football.